We are here at the TEDxAthens 2014. We have with us a TEDx speaker. He is Romain Lacombe. He's the founder and CEO of Plume Labs. Hello. Romain, what is your background?
Well, for the past 5 years nearly now, I've worked with governments in France, where I'm from, in Europe and around the world, to help them make the public data open. Open data and open government is a way through which governments can be more transparent, more accountable to their people. And by releasing data and building digital platforms, they can actually work with startups, with entrepreneurs, with innovators to help others help them and help all of us really, build better public services, better public policies, and just help make the world better. And after all this time, one of my frustrations was how a lot of new innovative ideas could help all of us work better if only we could connect new sensors, new capacities to generate data around the world around us. And so I'm now building Plume Labs, an Internet of Things startup to make our cities greener and to help them make our cities breathable again. And so I came to TEDx here in Athens, birthplace of both democracy, but also, as you might know, the first computer of the modern era, the Antikythera mechanism, to explain how open data and digital democracy can be a solution to some of the major challenges we face, including the air pollution in our cities, which is now the leading preventable health risk worldwide. So thank you very much for having me, and that's what I came to TEDx for, and I wanted to launch an appeal and a call to all mayors around the world to make their air quality data open and to make their air transparent.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? What were the main arguments you made on your talk, and what were the main messages you wanted, for us to listen to?
Well, I think the first thing is we need to realize how much the air we breathe is important to all of us, and how little attention has got over even the past few centuries. If you look at all the progress mankind has made since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, our health has gotten incredibly better. Our life expectancy, the food we eat, the water we get in our cities, and yet our air, on the contrary, has only gotten worse and is not going to get better anytime soon. And my message was that that's an area that deserves more attention, because we have the solutions to make our cities much more breathable, starting today. And one of the solutions, of course, is technology, and I know your readers will of course connect this with drones and autonomous vehicles and artificial intelligence and all the great things that technology can make to make our cities more efficient. But on the other hand, that was my core and main message, change has to come from all of us. And it has to start with those who collect the data that really find the entire public infrastructure. And so public data, especially on topics such as air quality, have to be made open. I think we've done a lot of progress at the level of governments around the world, but cities have to embrace this. And so I'm launching an appeal to mayors worldwide who are the true agents of change at a local level in this new global age. Make your data on air quality open. Make your air transparent, and let's make our cities breathable again.
What I would like to ask you is, you are clearly an advocate of open data in public administration and governance. Are you taking a social perspective on this activity, or do you also, advocate the entrepreneurial perspective out of all this, opening the data to the world, to the public?
Actually, both, and I think they go hand in hand. The most important startups and the most interesting entrepreneurial ventures of our times actually serve a transformative purpose of a social magnitude if they are to capture the market's imagination. And on the other hand, some of the most interesting models to come out of social innovation today really learned some of the best lessons from startups. Iterating, lean innovation, customer-centric development. So I think those two sort of ways of looking at the world now have to go hand in hand. And at the end of the day, it's all about trying to make a little dent in the universe and trying to change the world. And I think startups and nonprofits should work hand in hand to make this happen.
One last question for you. I know you were working under the French government in a task force about, again, open data. Can you tell us how the French government is looking at the open data what they are trying to do, and if you have any experience or lessons that you would like to share with the Greek government, if you had the chance, what would you advise them to do with the data, with their data?
Well, the first thing I would say is it's not my position to talk to the Greek government. I left the French government in this task force I helped build over the past nearly 4 years now. So I speak as a citizen. And what I can say is I expect my own government to be as open as is humanly possible with the data it collects in my name. Because I think what we do with public data, who gets to access it, how we can share it, these are the core political questions of our age. And so if we want to think about how our democracies can get better in the future, then citizens themselves have to be very clear about what they ask their governments and to take them to account. And so what I could say is, for a great community like TEDxAthens, for innovators and for startups in Greece who are listening to us, make sure that you take your government to account and you ask full transparency and full open data. I think that's a yardstick of democracy today, free and open access and reuse of public data. And that's what can make governments better servants of our societies in the 21st century.
Roman, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you very much for having me, and bye-bye.